Good morning. This is the voting hearing for the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Thursday, November 3rd, 2022. While the public is encouraged to attend, there will be no additional public testimony accepted today. Beginning with the license premise inspection hearing, which occurred on Tuesday, November 1st, 2022. Item number 1, Union Street Hospitality, Inc., doing business as the White Bull, located at 1 Union Street. Date of the incident, June 12th, 2022. Employee on patron assault and battery in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
Thanks, Danny. I'm sorry, I have notes on 2 different pieces of paper. I saw no violation. The victim walked out on their own. There was an altercation, but I think the reaction was appropriate. So I see no violation.
I agree.
As well.
Item number 2, 425 Broadway LLC, located at 425 West Broadway in South Boston. Date of the incident, June 4th, 2022. Assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, bottle, patron on patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 15A. Licensee was able to send over the requested video last night.
Yes, upon reviewing the video that was submitted last night, this incident happened very quickly. Staff intervened. It was not foreseeable, in my opinion, and I don't see a violation.
And they called the police, and I agree.
And they called the police, yes.
No violation.
Item number 3, 425 Broadway LLC, located at 425 West Broadway in South Boston. Date of the incident, June 19th and June 20th, 2022. Assault and battery, patron on patron in front of premise, serious bodily injury in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A, and failure to call 911 in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.14B. Thanks,
Danny. The staff did call 911 from a private cell phone. This happened outside the licensed premise. The victim was never inside. It was a terrible incident, but I see no violation on the part of a licensed premise.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 4, High Street Restaurant Group LLC, doing business as Howl at the Moon and Down Ultra Lounge, located at 184 High Street. Date of the incident, June 3rd, 2022. Sick assist, overserved patron in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
There's no indication of overservice. There was a bathroom attendant who was able to quickly respond when this person appeared to collapse. Staff called 911 and was cooperative. I see no violation.
Didn't see a violation as well.
We're having a hard time hearing you, Commissioner Saxon.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see a violation as either.
Great, thank you. Violation number 4. Item number 5, Danres Corporation, doing business as La Chiva Restaurant, located at 259 Bennington Street in East Boston. Date of the incident, July 27th, 2022. Individuals gathered outside involved in an altercation that resulted in a shots fired incident at 356 Chelsea Street in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
I didn't think there was any evidence that this person was inside or that this incident was foreseeable, so I see no violation.
Yep, I didn't think we had enough.
No violation.
Item 6, Concord Entertainment, Inc., doing business as Bill's Bar, the Lansdowne Pub, located at 9 Lansdowne Street. Date of the incident, July 23rd, 2022. Employee on patron in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A. Security uncooperative with police in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.10A and B. And updated common victular license not posted in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
For the first alleged violation, the employee on patron, the staff was put in a headlock and I believe punched back in self-defense, so I see no violation there.
I saw it the same way.
I agree.
For the security uncooperative with the police, I see an absolute violation.
I thought it was fleeting, so I didn't see it as an egregious violation, but it did occur.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's definitely warranting of some correspondence just to remind them. I don't think it's happened before, right? There doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, I don't want it to go without notice, like to say no violation, but I was leaning more towards like a correspondence.
Okay,
Because the thing was that the other people that worked there stepped in quickly and tried to kind of correct it very quickly, and I credited that, so. And I think this one employee was fleeting, it's a serious matter, not cooperating, but I don't think this was an egregious violation, so, but I did want to note that something happened, but I was more like in the correspondence.
okay, so let's add it to the docket, and while there's no violations and correspondence from the board, reminding them that it's very important to cooperate with police at all times, and their staff needs to be trained at all times.
And to cooperate immediately.
And as far as the updated CV, they did have it, it just wasn't posted at the time, so I don't see a violation there.
Sounds good.
I don't see a violation.
So on all three counts, the vote is no violation with correspondence from the board on the second count of security uncooperative with police, reminding them of their obligations.
And in the docket, let's just make sure that the correspondence is clear that it relates to the security being uncooperative.
Thank you. Item number 7, BHC Corporation General Partner doing business as Club Cafe located at 209 Columbus Ave, date of the incident, July 16th, 2022. Employee on patron in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A. The board did request a video, which we have not yet received.
They said they'll have it to us by Friday, so I would just suggest we defer it till next week.
Deferred until the next voting hearing. Item number 8, Galway Inc. doing business as The Harp located at 85 Causeway Street, date of the incident June 10th, 2022. Persons under 21 in possession of alcohol on premise in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 34A, 34C, and 6464A.
The testimony from the licensed premise unit was that the person looked young and they had an out-of-state Maine ID. And while it did scan that it was valid, there is a rebuttable presumption that does not flow to state ID, that does not flow to out-of-state IDs. So I do see a violation here.
I saw one as well. The patron was, I believe, 19 as well, so not just young workers, they were, quite under the age.
Yeah, I see a violation. Is this the one where they scanned it again and it didn't?
Yeah,
They
That's
scanned-
correct.
Apparently, they scanned it 2 times after they were alerted, and one time it went through, and one time it was fake. I don't know what's going on with that scanner, but
Okay, so it sounds like the vote, we have a violation as to the disposition of the violation.
there's no recent history on this one. Yeah,
There is no recent history, no.
so warning.
yeah.
Violation with a written warning. Item 9, BP Eatery LLC doing business as Lily's Boston located at 33 to 35 Battery March Street, date of the incident July 11th, 2022. Patrons on patio after posted 10 p.m. closing, 8 patrons in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
The patio in question here was part of our temporary program, which is now over. I would just, my opinion is that we should just send correspondence from the board so that we have it on record in case they apply for a permanent patio there, remind them of the rules, the hours.
Yes.
I agree.
And item number 10, Panda Legend Inc. doing business as KO Barbecue located at 83 Harvard Ave. Date of the incident, August 16th, 2022. Premise storing hard alcohol on premise with wine and malt license in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64. Expired ISD and BFD certificate in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.02B, and no entertainment license posted.
This is a fairly new business to us, not brand new, but I believed his testimony that he was saving those bottles for souvenirs from the previous owner and that he wasn't using them or serving alcohol from them. I think it was an unfortunate misunderstanding, and I think our licensed premise unit testified to the same, that he was not serving from them. So I don't see a violation on the first part.
Yeah, can we do something similar where we
Yes,
on docket that there was something, but we didn't see it as violation.
Yeah, and I think we need to work with this licensee a little bit more about understanding our rules and regulations, but I'd like to see how we can be helpful so that he can succeed. And as far as the expired ISD and BFD, he has corrected all that information and we are working with him on that, so I don't see a violation there either.
Sounds good.
So no violation and correspondence from the board.
All right,
Moving on to the transactional hearing, which occurred yesterday, Wednesday, November 2nd, 2022. Item number 1, Madhouse Cafe LLC, doing business as Madhouse Cafe, located at 24 Blue Hill Ave, has applied for a common victular license. Manager Julia Shaya, hours of operation 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
I vote to approve and I wish them success.
I agree.
Items 2 and 3, Shaw's Supermarkets, Inc., doing business as Star Market, located at 53 Huntington Ave, and Star Markets Company, Inc., doing business as Star Market, located at 90 Causeway Street, has petitioned for a change of officers, directors, LLC manager of the corporation.
Approve.
Great.
Item number 4, Rye Tub, Inc., doing business as the Alley Bar, located at 237 to 275 Washington Street, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Courtney G. Furno.
I vote to approve Mr. Furno. I believe he has the appropriate character and fitness to serve as a manager of record.
I agree.
Item 5, Congress Fine Dining LLC, doing business as Lucky's, located at 355 to 359 Congress Street, has petitioned to change the manager to Nelson Burns.
I vote to approve Mr. Burns. I think he has the appropriate character and fitness to serve as a manager of record.
I agree.
Item number 6, Del Frisco's of Boston LLC, doing business as Del Frisco's, located at 230 Northern Ave, has petitioned to change the manager to Nicholas Phelps.
I vote to approve Mr. Phelps. I believe he has the appropriate character and fitness to serve in this role.
I agree.
Item number 7, Seaport Social Limited Partnership, doing business as Seaport Social, located at 225 Northern Ave, has petitioned to change the manager to Adrian Fuentes.
I vote to approve Mr. Fuentes. I believe he has the appropriate character and fitness to serve as manager of record.
I agree.
Item 8, 378 Center Street, Inc., doing business as the Brendan Bean Pub, located at 378A Center Street in Jamaica Plain, has petitioned to amend the rear private patio closing hour to 12 a.m.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
Item 9, LMP BTR LLC, doing business as Silver Dove Afternoon Tea, located at 18 Tremont Street, has petitioned to change the classification of its license to a wine, small beverages, and liqueurs license pursuant to Chapter 481 of the Acts of 1994.
I vote to approve. I
I
believe
agree.
he's established the public need for this change of classification.
Yes.
Item number 8, Fanfeet Inc., doing business as Bangkok Bistro, located at 433 Washington Street in Brighton, has petitioned to transfer the license to Aim Corporation, doing business as Balamau Restaurant at the same location. Piawat Paranyawat manager, 1 a.m. closing hour, and has updated the description of premise to restaurant is 1 large dining room with seating for 15 at 7 tables and additional 4 seats at a small bar, single bathroom near the entrance. Kitchen and storage are in back as shown on floor plan attached at the end of application and on file with the board. 1 entrance exit in front and 1 in back, 1 floor only with no upstairs or basement.
I vote to approve this transfer and to approve Mr. Paranyawat as manager of record. I believe he has established the appropriate character and fitness to serve in this role.
I agree. Did they ask for a temp CV as well? This the one?
Yes, this is the one.
I vote to approve.
And to the alteration of the description of the premise as well.
Yes.
Corrected on all counts with a temporary CV while their application is pending. Item number 11 has already been approved by this board and was only here to clear an error in the notice that went out to abutters. Item 12, Stark Hospitality LLC, doing business as Hugh, located at 90 Exeter Street, has petitioned to provide bottle service on their licensed premise.
I want to note for the board, for the record, the board did receive correspondence asking us to defer this, but I would like to discuss it today. There's no community process needed for bottle service. The testimony was that this focus is going to be on globally inspired meals. it's gonna have a supper club concept. They have submitted their plan for bottle service, and upon reviewing it, I think it's appropriate and touches upon the things we look for in such service. I believe that they are truly trying to be a dining club versus a nightclub. And I can also share with my fellow commissioners that they have applied for an entertainment license, and I believe I will be hearing that as executive director on the entertainment side next week. And upon reviewing the application, they are not looking for a dance floor. So I believe that goes to the point that this really is going to be a globally inspired dining club. So my vote would be to approve the addition of bottle service.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we're taking their word for it that it's not a nightclub, I mean, I know it's evocative of a nightclub, but they're saying it's not gonna be, so. Under those conditions, that I would be looking at it favorably.
I didn't get the impression that they were describing a nightclub, so.
Yeah. I think just the idea of, I think and I think it was Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah. The idea of a bottle service, you always think like, oh, that's a nightclub thing to do, but apparently they're not running a nightclub, so.
Yeah, we took a look at the entertainment license, and I feel confident that what they're seeking on the entertainment side does not line up with the nightclub.
Is there any way that we can note somehow for the future, let's say it comes up in a long time that they kind of gravitate, or they they kind of.
Move tables.
Yeah, or just in a year and a half, they kind of work it in that they are more of a nightclub. And they're still doing the bottle service under our approval that it wasn't gonna be a nightclub.
It's a great idea. We can note that in the record. We can also note it on the entertainment side that they testified on the VLB side that this was going to be a supper club.
Because like if that happens, and not that they can never run a nightclub there, but then maybe that we have to revisit the bottle service.
Yes.
Are there conditions that the board would want to place on the face of the license, or Chairman Woodruff, you saying that this will be handled on the entertainment side?
I think we'd handle on the entertainment side. I would just like to note it because sometimes the files aren't. They're
not clear
not together. They're not read by the same people. So as long as we have a little notation to see the entertainment license, entertainment file, should they look to expand their offerings.
And that should prompt another community review.
Yeah, we could ask for that at that time.
Great. So for today, the vote is to grant this petition.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Item 13, Sodexo Operations LLC, doing business as Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club, located at 200 Logan Airport Terminal B in East Boston, has applied for an airport common victular 7-day alcoholic beverages license. Noah Smith, manager, closing time 11 p.m.
I vote to approve Mr. Smith as manager of record. I believe he has the appropriate character and fitness to serve in this role.
I agree.
And to grant the issuance of this license.
Sorry, yes.
Great. Thank you. And item 14, Cured Inc., doing business as Cured, located at 83 Charles Street, has applied for a retail package store wines and malt beverages license. Manager Gillian Rozenek, closing time 7:30 p.m.
I believe the applicant satisfied the public need requirements of this board to add this type of license at this location. They're adding 3 feet of shelving of cooler space as an additional amenity to their charcuterie offerings. There's nothing like it in that neighborhood and even in the entire city of Boston. And I think this is the type of business that that we want to see in the city of Boston succeed. My vote would be to approve this license and to also approve Ms. Rosniak as manager of record.
I agree.
Moving on to non-hearing transactions, the following are applying for a new common victular license at a previously licensed location. Item 1, Taiwan Bakery Inc., doing business as Taiwan Bakery, located at 56 Beach Street. Li Min Chen, manager of record, hours of operation 6:30 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 2, Cozy Restaurant Holdings LLC, doing business as Cozy, located at 133 Federal Street. Mardia Simmons, manager of record, hours of operation 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday, and open for catering only on Saturday and Sunday.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 3, Jader Naga Inc. doing business as Laughing Monk Cafe located at 168 Brighton Avenue in Alston. Dome Nakapa Corn, manager of record, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Following have applied to make changes to their existing common victular licenses. Item number 1, HJS Trading Company doing business as Kimchi Papi Kitchen located at 81 Harvard Ave in Alston has petitioned to remove officer Hojio Sun.
Vote to approve.
I agree.
And items 2 and 3, New England Authentic Eats LLC doing business as Papagino's located at 748 Galvin Boulevard in Dorchester and 1270 River Street in Hyde Park has petitioned to remove officer Karen Bray from the LLC.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Following has applied to make changes to their existing pool table license. Rye Tub Inc. doing business as the Alley Bar located at 237 to 275 Washington Street has petitioned to change the manager to Courtney Furno.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Thank you. The board has before them a list of applications for special one-day liquor licenses, which have been administratively reviewed by staff and approved by the board.
Okay.
And there are no items on old and new business this week, so those are all the items before the board. That will adjourn this voting hearing, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you.